Have you ever met someone who spoke beautifully about change but never actually changed a thing? We all know people like this. They talk about their dreams, their plans, and becoming a better person. Their words sound perfect, but when you look at their days, nothing moves. Today's story is about a young man who learned that the smallest step forward means more than the grandest speech about walking. Stay until the end, and you'll discover why what you do in silence speaks louder than what you promise in public. Let me tell you about Daniel. Daniel lived in a small town where everyone knew everyone. He was the kind of person people noticed when he spoke. His voice carried confidence. Whenever neighbors gathered, Daniel would talk about his big ideas. He described the beautiful garden he would plant, full of vegetables and flowers. He explained how he would fix the old, broken bridge near the creek that everyone complained about. He even promised to teach children in the town square. People loved listening to him. His words painted pictures and made others smile and nod. But months passed. The garden never appeared. The bridge stayed broken, and no children gathered for lessons. One afternoon, Daniel walked past the home of an old craftsman named Thomas. Thomas was kneeling in the dirt, working on a wooden fence. His hands moved slowly but steadily. Daniel stopped and watched. "Thomas, why do you work so hard on this fence?" Daniel asked. "Nobody even sees it from the road." Thomas didn't look up. He placed another board carefully and hammered a nail with 3 firm strikes. Then he wiped his face. "This fence doesn't need anyone to see it," Thomas said. "It needs to stand." Daniel laughed softly. "I've been thinking about building something too," he said. "A workshop. I've got the whole design in my head." Thomas nodded slowly. "When will you start?" "Soon," Daniel replied. "I'm just waiting for the right time." Thomas picked up another board. "I've heard you talk about many projects," he said quietly. "The garden, the bridge, the teaching. Which one are you working on now?" Daniel felt a knot tighten in his chest. "I've been busy with other things," he said. Thomas hammered another nail. "Busy talking?" he asked. "Or busy doing?" The question hung in the air. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. Thomas's question kept returning. Busy talking or busy doing? He thought about all his grand promises, all his perfect plans, and he realized something painful. His words had become a substitute for action. Talking about what he would do felt good. It gave him the feeling of accomplishment without the effort. But nothing in his life had actually changed. The next morning, Daniel woke up early. He didn't tell anyone his plan. He walked to the creek and stood before the broken bridge. He didn't know much about building, but he knew he could learn. He found old wood in his shed and started replacing the rotten boards. The work was hard. Splinters cut his hands. His back ached, but he kept going. He didn't talk about it. He just worked. By evening, he had replaced 3 boards. They weren't beautiful, but they were solid. He came back the next day, and the day after that. 2 weeks passed. People started noticing. Not because Daniel talked about the change, but because they could finally walk across the bridge again. And that's the lesson. You don't need louder words, perfect plans, or anyone's permission. What you do quietly will always matter more than what you promise loudly. Because action doesn't just speak, it proves. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that subscribe button for more.